Hello there and welcome back to Ghost Trick. Now, last time, everything went weird. We'll start off with that. Everything went weird. We managed to get onto the enemy submarine, and when we did, the bad guys betrayed the manipulator, took the missile, meteorite fragment, and they did a runner, basically. On their way out, they ejected the command module of the submarine off into the sea, along with Detective Jowd, who was inside it at the time. No idea if he's safe. No idea what's happening to him. He's just gone. He's just gone. They also set off a torpedo to destroy the rest of the ship, which we hitched a ride on in order to stop it exploding. Did a bit of dismantling. Poor rat inside the machine, inside the torpedo, managed to think. I think he may be all right. I think he survived. So stopped the thing from exploding. It still crashed into the submarine though, which then started to cause it to sink. And then me and Missile both teamed up to help Lynn and Camilla, who are both on the submarine, to work the way up. Basically, the submarine ended up going vertical, got them right the way up to the top, couldn't find a way out, and then at the last second they were saved by a giant hand made out of inanimate objects, and that's when it ended. I have a whole load of questions. I'm not gonna lie, I have a whole questions. I'm hoping that we are going to find out what the heck is going on and who Cecil is, because he's not the guy from the body, because that's the bad guy. I have no idea. I genuinely have no clue what's going on. It's very bizarre. So guys, grab your favourite drinks and snacks, curl up somewhere comfortable, come hang out with me as we jump straight back into Ghost Trick and hopefully get some answers. Enjoy guys, enjoy. Chapter 17, 5:10 AM. The upended submarine continued to sink slowly but surely, a long journey to the bottom of the sea. Lynn and the little lady found the darkness and the salt water closing in on them, but at the very last second something saved them. Now it looks down at them quietly. My head is filled with one giant question. Just one giant question. What in the world is this thing? Yeah, it's a thing made out of inanimate objects. Hello? That looks like Cecil. I see you managed to survive, Detective. Hey, you're... Excuse my appearance, I seem to have lost my body. Are you the manipulator? Oh, and you talking to me? Like, me? Oh, and you there. You talking to me? You're the ghost who's been saving Lynn all evening, aren't you? Wait, is he talking to me, or him, me? You knew about me all along? Of course, what else would explain all those unnatural things happening? If you knew, how come you didn't do anything about it all this time? And how come you decided to save us all of a sudden? I thought you wanted to get revenge on us. Was that the manipulator? I don't really know. Please, you gotta tell me. I need to know. Who in the world are you? Cecil, look at you. What happened? I can't hold on to that image of myself any longer. You can't remember who you are? That's right. I came all this way tonight trying to chase down my lost memory. For quite a bit of tonight, I thought I was you, Cecil. Cecil? My name isn't Cecil. I bet you'll remember really soon. Who you are and who I am too. What? Yes, what? Indeed, what indeed? The man in front of me is not me. I'm even further away from the truth. Or maybe not. Something stirring in my mind, a memory about to emerge. Do I know this man? Now that I've shed my image of myself, I feel like one step closer to the truth. Please enlighten me. Is Camilla alright? I think she's alright. Okay, can you explain any of this to me? They got us good. It's all over for this submarine. Its engine room is destroyed, there's a hole in the hull, and it's sinking as we speak. What are you doing here? I thought you had a deal with those people. They betrayed me. I was a fool to trust them. They already have what I wanted now. The Temsic fragment. I didn't know they had it all figured out. You mean they figured out the source of your powers? Yeah, that meteorite's radiation has two effects on living creatures. It gives power and time. If you don't mind, we'd like to hear more. Alright, so question time. The radiation's power effect. These 10 years, I've been watching that junkyard superintendent do his research. And I think I've kind of got some of it figured out. 3 cores. One of them missile. The meteorite's radiation gives spirits special powers. Like possessing and manipulating objects. And in my case, swapping objects. Exactly. Apparently there are individual differences in the powers we get. And it seems these powers change as time goes by. They do? Yeah, my powers have changed over these past 10 years. At first I could only manipulate small living creatures. Like little rats and stuff. Now then, how do you suppose we got these powers? It's simple. It is? How then? In a nutshell, we died while exposed to the energy emitted by the meteorite, its radiation. That's what does it? Dying while being exposed to the radiation? On that day, 10 years ago... I don't know who's actually speaking here. Who's speaking here? A fragment... No, okay. A fragment of that meteorite pierced my heart and I died. So, of course I received special powers. Hey, wait a minute. Is that how I got my powers too? You know, you might be right. He did get run over and he landed in the crater by the meteorite. Yeah. Aren't the Temsic remnants still right there in that park at the bottom of the crater? You're right. So that must mean I must have died in the presence of the meteorite's radiation too. Radiation's time effect. Another effect the meteorite's radiation has on us is that it gives us time. Again, I think this time effect is centered around the theme of death, but it's not all that clear. So the fact that I can return to 4 minutes before a person's death is another effect of that meteorite. One of the characteristics of that meteorite is its ability to replay the moment of death. Replay the moment of death? Oh, this is all so strange and confusing. I can't take it all in. It makes about as much sense to me as anything else. I mean, you are a little dog. Yeah, strange and confusing. That just about sums up the object that pierced my body that day. Thanks to that meteorite fragment. My very existence is a contradiction. What do you mean? That day, when the fragment pierced my heart, I lost my life. However, because it remained inside of me, that fragment continued to constantly regenerate my body. In other words, my body was continuously cycling between the moments that separated my life and death. That actually makes kind of sense about that means because when the coroner sliced the body for the autopsy, it healed pretty much instantly. That makes total sense now. All right, we're getting answers slowly but surely. What? My body's vital function stopped 10 years ago, but my body's time is perpetually stopped at the moment just before death. Time just stopped, huh? So I just simply existed, not really alive and not really dead. That pretty much sums up these last 10 years for me, ever since that incident in the park. My body hasn't changed a day. It changed age a day. My hair hasn't grown an inch. Come to think of it, that old pigeon guy mentioned something. He said he couldn't cut this guy's body with a scalpel. So I guess as soon as an incision was made, his body will be regenerated. Wow. So, did he actually want revenge? Or did he not want revenge? Before I left this country, I wanted to do one thing. I wanted to get revenge on the people who stole our lives. Alright, so I can explain this how one. Our lives? As part of the deal, I made those guys promise to cooperate. Cooperate? You mean the kidnapping? It all went fine. I manipulated the Justice Minister and made him issue the execution order, but I thought he might call off the execution at the last second. So that's why you wanted his daughter kidnapped. They kidnapped the wrong girl. Little did I know, they had their own reasons for cooperating with me. Huh? Their objective was to wipe out everybody who had to do with Tempsick. Did I just read that wrong? Come on, we're just going to gloss over it. So Jowd. Detective Jowd was one such person, so they were happy to cooperate. Cabanella and the pigeon guy. I'm not Junkyard Super. Inspector Cabanella and that Junkyard Super, they were slated to be wiped out too. And, as it turns out, me? Well, him? I was one of their targets as well. Knew it. So this stole my Tempsick fragment and here I am. So your body's down south, like at the bottom of the, well, nearly at the bottom of the sea. But they had one more final target. Lynn. You, detective. Me? Why her? If you weren't there in the park that day 10 years ago, none of this would have happened. I never would have thought about doing something as stupid as taking a hostage. Okay. But I was just a little kid playing in the park. Yeah, I know. Huh? 10 years later and you'd become a detective looking into Jowd's case. Tonight I invited you to a quiet spot on the edge of town. It was a trap, you see. Because they wanted her gone. Okay. I told you who I was. You never saw my face that day 10 years ago. So of course you didn't recognize me. What's going on right now? Oh, okay. I took possession of you to make you shoot me. Okay, so she was controlled. Alright. Knowing he couldn't die. Alright. Your subconscious resisted me. Such incredible power. It was the first time I wasn't able to control somebody completely. Such a shot and missed. The aim was off, and the first shot missed the mark. Second shot though, got him right in the chest. Alright, so he did control her, so she wasn't responsible for my death. That doesn't alter the question, who am I? Like, who am I? Or is it actually legit actually me? Junkyard was equipped with the security cameras. I knew you'd be wanted for murder. That was my plan anyway. And then basically woke up out of being controlled, and Assassino comes. This is the beginning of the game. But they had other ideas. They simply wanted you wiped out. But then something threw a big monkey wrench into their scheme. That will be me. I showed up. I was supposed to meet up with them after that, but then something went wrong. What happened? My body disappeared. Ah, the inspector in white was responsible for that one. My precious bargaining chip was in that body. I had to get it back, no matter what. That inspector caused me no end of trouble. But why were those people targeting me? I never even heard of the Temsic meteorite. Because you were looking into the Jowd case, they thought you would find out about Temsic sooner or later. Alright. Kind of makes sense. Yeah, we're still sinking. And that's pretty much the whole story. The only thing left to do now is wait for water pressure to crush this submarine. Oh no. No, that's not good. That's a horrible way to go. For the record, that's an incredibly horrible way to go. You wouldn't catch me in a submarine. Not a chance. There are no cores that link from here to the water surface. I have an idea. We hook up the phone line, and there are no communication cables down this deep. They're meant for this submarine to be my coffin. A coffin for the dead. There is no escape. I think I kind of understand now. What you've been feeling these 10 years. You what? This feeling cut off from the world, all alone in a submarine. Sinking slowly towards the bottom of an endless sea. This must be how you felt all along. Yo, Camilla. Hi. Are we going to use missiles? Can we use missiles powers to swap? Maybe we can do it to swap something. I mean, a submarine's a big thing to swap. Possible though. Lynn! Camilla! Is it true we're stuck here? What? If my dad was here, I bet he'd save us. I'm not entirely sure what he could do. Oh, Camilla, I'm so sorry. That's funny. What is it, Sissel? There's something I don't understand. Why would they go to all the trouble of detaching the control room? What? Why didn't they just steal the Temsic fragment and escape if that's what they wanted? Why did they have to jettison your body off into the sea? That's a good question. But I guess it doesn't matter why now. We'll never find it again. We have no idea where it was launched to. Wait a minute. Yes, we do. Oh my lord, a tracker. He's got the tracker. This is the Texas where Detective Jowd is. That present from the inspector in white. That's right, Detective Jowd told me to hold on to it for him. And the bullet is still in this person's body in the command room, right? Yes, it is. Then we should be able to tell exactly where it is with this. But how do we even get there? If we even find out where it is, how do we get there? I like how Sissel says the same thing I'm thinking. Sorry. We should be able to figure something out between the three of us. With our powers, right, Miss Lynn? Got 3 people with powers. Pretty damn cool. Right. Oh, wait a minute. What about a torpedo? Torpedo? In any case, it's way too early to give up. Looks like Detective Jowd's the last hope. Come on, let's get started. Okay, can we... Okay, so it's just me. Can we speak to Florla? Who are we talking to here? Oh. I was aiming for the other one, but never mind. So, my dad isn't here on the submarine? Don't worry, we're gonna go get him right now. Okay. I hope I didn't hurt Lynn's feelings, what I said about my dad saving us if he was here. Oh, don't worry about that. Comments like that just roll right off Miss Lynn's back. She's really thick-skinned. Ouch. I'm gonna start being tougher too. I want to make my dad proud of me. Miss Camilla? I'm sure your dad's very proud of you, Camilla. Right, so can I talk to Missile? Okay, what do we do now? We go find the command room that was launched somewhere into the sea. What? How? Just to let you know, I don't like water very much. According to Lynn, the key to our plan is a torpedo, kind of a missile. Missile? You have a missile right here. I don't think she's talking about that kind of missile. Now then, where do we see another miss torpedo? Open the door. I better not open this. That water would come gushing in, I bet. It's such a peaceful mood at the moment. No need to throw cold water on it. Well, I wouldn't go so far as to call it peaceful. Right, control panel, operate. Grapes. So we can get into the dial. We can't do anything with the thing. Dial. Oh, okay. Torpedo room. The torpedo room, huh? There might be another torpedo left there. I'll go check it out. Oh, I get it. You're going to use a missile to ram the control room. Well, I don't know about ram. We just don't want to blow up Detective Jowd up. But something like that. We'll climb up to the torpedo room too. Up is definitely safer. Okay, I'll see you there then. I mean, we've got the one in the engine room, but I think torpedo room's going to be a safer bet. Looks like the torpedoes can be launched manually with these switches. There are two tubes, so there should be one more left. I guess the first thing we have to do is load it into the tube. When it comes to missiles, you can count on me. Alright. I'll enter the coordinates of the command room into the torpedo. Alright. So what's the plan here? I think one of the switches was broken, wasn't it? And I just turned on the backup power. We ought to be able to use the switches now. Okay, let's try it. Good luck! Right, so where am I right now? So this is the... This switch won't budge, maybe it's broken. I don't think the entire device is broken though. It would probably work just fine if only I could move this switch. We'll just have to find a way to move it somehow. But I can't do it with my powers alone. I think I get it. Drop down here. Wait. Swap to... Can talk to Missile. I think we need Missile's powers here. What will happen to these two ladies? I think that's up to us and our powers. What? This is no time to be standing around unsure of ourselves. Will you lend me your strength, Missile? Me? Of course I will. Count on it. Alright. So now we can flip that. So let's swap those two over. Which then means I can go... Because this switch worked. There we go. Hi! Hello, missile. There we go. That torpedo looks serviceable. All set on this end too. But something's odd. What is? The command room, it looks like it's slowly sinking. Sinking? Yeah, like it's completely run out of power. I wonder what happened. I don't know, but I guess I'll find out. Right, okay, hop onto the missile. I'll launch it for you. Okay, thanks. Missile, are you coming with me or not? Right, we're on. I've already set the torpedo's course. It'll head toward the command room where Detective Jowd is. 12 seconds after launching, it'll pass by the command room for an instant. That instant will be your window of opportunity to jump over to the command room. Okay, I got it. And then we'll find a way to come back and save you. That'll probably be my last task tonight. Just hold on until we get back. Okay, so I guess we're going. Missile, are you coming with me? Okay, come on, Missile. Missile? I'm sorry, I can't go. What? Why? I just can't. How could I leave? I can't leave Miss Lynn and Miss Camilla behind. I can't do it. Missile. I swapped the switches so the missile can be launched. You'll have to do the rest, Sissel. Really? I could do with your power, so I can't do it either. I can't ask Missile to come with me after that. I understand exactly how he feels. Are we going? I want you to go, Missile. What? But Miss Lynn? You staying here won't change our fate. But if you go with Sissel, you might be able to make something happen, and that's our only hope. But what if that something doesn't happen? I'll never be able to see you again. Never, ever, ever again. Even I can understand that. I couldn't stand that. Don't worry, Miss Al. Miss Camilla? I just knowing you and Sissy can make something happen. I believe in you. I'll be right here waiting for you. We'll see each other again. Don't worry. Miss Camilla! Alright, we're going. That's a good boy, Miss Al. Are we gonna do this automatically, or do I have to manually get both of them across really quickly? Alright. Final push. Now, are you ready? Remember, it's 12 seconds after I throw the switch. We're ready. Let's do it. Sissel? Yes? We never found out who you really were. But that doesn't matter now. All I know is, I'm truly glad I met you tonight. Thank you for everything. And I'm glad I met you, Detective. But we're gonna see each other again, right, Sissy? Right, Miss Al? That's right. We promised, little lady. Of course we will! I'll never forget you, no matter what happens. Well, here goes then. Good luck, friend. That was a broken one, wasn't it? Never mind. I'm just going to gloss over that pack. Right. If we have to manually do this, then we're maybe screwed. I really hope I don't miss. These 12 seconds are lasting an eternity. Strive to think a way to save Lynn and the little lady the whole time. But how can a ray of light of hope reach this far down in the deep sea? Before I can think of an answer, the 12 seconds are up. Alright, so it is not manual. Thank Lord for that. Right, so we're in here. We've got this guy. Detective Jowd. I bet that big masked man did this. I'm gonna bite him. You better not, you might break your teeth. The command room has lost power and is sinking. So I wonder what this masked man's gonna do. Let's talk to Detective Jowd. That is indeed a plan. Let's have a chat, you and I. Sorry for the wait, Detective Jowd. Who are you? Are you Cecil? Please excuse my appearance. I can't believe you made it here. How is Camilla? And what about Lynn? Well, it's kind of a long story. I told Detective Jowd about everything that happened on submarine Unoa. So the submarine is badly damaged? Why would he do that to his own submarine? I wish I knew. I know the answer to that one. Oh, sorry, I know the answer to that one. It's because he's afraid of my powers. You followed us? I didn't even notice. It's been 10 long years, Detective Jowd. Are you Yomiel? Yes. Yes, he is. So you remember me, do you? How could I possibly forget? So that's your real name, eh? Yomiel. Yomiel? Yomiel? That's right. But those people on the Unoa were calling you Cecil. That's just an alias I was using for my deal with them. I didn't see any need to tell them my real name. Could you do me a favour? Will you let me ask you some questions? Been trying to find out my true identity all night. Sure, go ahead. I'm sure there's plenty we can still tell you, right, Detective Jowd? Right. Okay. Tell me about your meal. This is very text heavy, which is why I put it off to this episode. 10 years ago, you were at the top systems engineer, weren't you? Systems engineer? What's that? By the way, I'm a top Pomeranian, you know. Well, it's kind of hard to explain to a dog, but it's a person who's good at using computers. I don't mean to brag, but I was one of the best in the industry. That's how I got roped into joining that project. Project? What project? It was a project aimed at reorganizing the nation's top secret information. The goal was to build a new system using multi-dimensional programming theory. I have no idea what that is. I was asked to join the project by an agent of the government. It doesn't sound like something a top Pomeranian would know anything about. To me, it just sounded like another challenging job. However, this project was also the target of a secret plot. I bet you can imagine the kind of crime the nation's top secrets might attract. Never thought for the life of me I'd ever have to deal with spies. It was never made public, but every organisation in the country moved on this one. And then, one day, the name of a certain programmer emerged as a suspect. Yomiel. I was the guy who built the core of the system. The police arrested you, and then that incident happened. You escaped from the interrogation room and took little Lynn as a hostage. By the way, Detective Jowd, when was it that I was proven innocent? About 6 months after your death. I'm so sorry, Yomiel. Okay, so what's the real motive for revenge then? 10 years ago. Meteorite. My soul was split from my body and I lost everything. I was sealed in eternal darkness. I existed in this world, no question about that. But nobody noticed my presence. He was basically a ghost. What good were my powers? They didn't help anyone. Not even the passage of time could heal my pain. In fact, it only made it worse. I wanted to disappear. Wasn't even allowed to do that. The way Lynn described it is exactly right. Sinking slowly toward the bottom of an endless sea. An overwhelming feeling of loneliness and despair. And I wanted all of you to suffer what I was suffering. Bit of projection there. And so that's why you murdered Alma. That's right. I wanted you to know what it was like to lose everything you cared about. I wanted you to feel the same pain I felt. What? It was the twisted wish of a mind poisoned by infinite loneliness. And then, as I was plotting my revenge, I had an idea. I came up with a plan to use these powers of mine to make a deal. Okay, tell me about the deal. What we're dealing in here? There's something I just don't understand about that deal. I'm sure your powers would be very valuable to them. But what would you get out of the deal? A new life. Life? I asked them for 2 conditions. Number 1 was that they helped me with my revenge plot. And second was a rebirth for me. Rebirth? A new beginning, eh? I didn't care if it was a fake life, an artificial life. Just wanted a physical receptacle for my soul. A name, an identity, an everyday life. I wanted to grow old in a society that would accept me. And finally, I wanted to die surrounded by a loving family. That's the kind of life I asked them for. A completely man-made life. That's right, I knew I couldn't hope for anything more than that. To make it all come true, I knew it would take a lot of money and a lot of power. That's why I decided to ask a national government to help me. And their response, in the end, was betrayal. They were making their moves much more carefully than I suspected. They sent spies to this country and researched my powers on their own. And they even figured out what Temsic was all about. And you had no idea they were doing all this? None at all, I was a fool. So then, why did they let you go to all the trouble of making a deal with you? Why didn't they just steal a hunk of the Temsic meteorite from the park? They couldn't. Huh? After the manipulator incidents, research was conducted in this country too. A report was submitted to the government about the source of the manipulator's power. The meteorite. Okay, that's kind of cool. By Inspector Cabanera and the old pitching guy, eh? At first, the government didn't believe the report. But then, they decided to put the park under surveillance just in case. Surveillance, huh? It just looks like an ordinary peaceful park, but there are armed agents there at all times. That guy. Don't tell me that oddly flick guy is one of them. No, not him. He's just a plain old odd person. Thank you. I'm glad he wasn't an agent. That park is like a silent battlefield on an international scale. So that's why they couldn't steal the Temsic meteorite. And lately, under the pretense of building a housing site, they've been working on a plan to destroy that park in order to secure the Temsic meteorite. So that's it, eh? So the upshot of your grand deal was this, eh? Yeah, it's the ending I deserve. But at least there's one thing you must be happy about. What's that? You've managed to seal me away at the bottom of the sea forever. I don't get the feeling I don't think he was going to be too happy about that. Well, shall we get started? Started with what? Bringing Detective Jown back to life, of course. What? What good will that do now? But we promised! We promised Miss Lynn and Miss Camilla we'd save them. We can't do that without you, Detective Jowd. I've been guided by fate tonight to this place. I won't give up now. Alright, fine. Let's see where it leads us. Here we go. Here we go then. Back to 4 minutes before your death. Alright. After nearly 50 minutes, gameplay time. Right. Right, so what's going to happen here? So, where are we headed? We are not headed anywhere, Detective. What? There is only enough fuel on board to launch us away, Detective. We will run out soon and that will be our destination. What are you talking about? That would mean that you're trapped here too. I didn't expect that. Guy just rips his head off. Alright. By the way, I am not human, Detective. I am a remote-controlled robot detective. What? Your country's use of technology is just plain off. We get that a lot, Detective. Why would you go to all of the trouble to do this? That's nothing but a shell there. It's hardly a threat anymore. Commander Sith likes to provide against any possibility, no matter how small, Detective. Possibility? What are you talking about? There is no need for you to know, Detective. Oh, now it is time to say goodbye, Detective. That is a machine pistol thing. Yes. Can't say the G word. In the end, your fate remains the same, it seems, Detective. Camilla, forgive me. 4 shots. Alright. This could be a problem. It isn't over yet. It isn't? Remember what that big masked man said? Any possibility, no matter how small. Possibility? In other words, there must be a chance here somewhere. A possibility of turning the situation around. We've gone back 4 minutes, alright. Okay, let's see what we've got. Huh. What is it, Detective? Sorry, what is it, Detective? Sorry. You only look at something and you start reading and you don't realize who it is. Look at Yomiel's shell. There's no aura emanating from his body. Of course there isn't. The Temsic fragment is gone. Could this change in his shell give us some kind of lead? Can I talk? Hello? I figured it out. I know what this possibility is, no matter how small it is, that they're afraid of. What is it? My time was perpetually stopped thanks to the power of Temsic. His body cycled between the moments that separate his life and death. Right, but not anymore. The Temsic fragment has been taken away. Exactly. So what does that mean? I get it. Your body won't come back to life anymore. The moment the Temsic fragment was removed, my shell became a regular corpse. So let's see, that means we can go back to 4 minutes before your death? But wait a minute. Exactly when is that death? That's simple. We'll find out. So we'll find out. When we get there, let's move. So So going 4 minutes before the death of that body. Does that take us? Where does that take us? Because he died in Temsic Park. Okay. Alright. I fell back through the cracks of time for what seemed like forever, and then I saw it. The final death at the end of this long night. Who exactly am I? I've already seen all of the clues, and all I have to do now is remember. Have I seen the clues? I'm blissfully unaware. I don't actually know who I am. I feel existential crisis right now. The final journey to the truth starts now. Final chapter. When was Yomail's death? It was 10 years ago when the Temsic meteorite fell. We travelled back through time and now we're here at the scene of that death. The start of it all is about to replay itself. 4 minutes before Yomail's death. There's little Lynn. Headphones on, poking fire. It's ready! Hold it! Give it up. Do you really think you can outrun me? Yeet. Now just calm down and drop that weapon. Stay back. If you come any closer, I'll shoot her. Black cat? What's that black cat doing there? Huh? Oh, a kitten. Shoo, you might get hurt. Am I the cat? Am I the cat? Kaboom. And that's a big chunk. That's not just a sliver. That's not just a sliver, that's a massive chunk of... I thought it was like a shard, kind of, you know, like a thin daggery shard to penetrate. That was a huge chunk. Are you okay? You're all right now, are you hurt? You saved me, mister. I was just doing my job. The gods, they're the ones who saved you. What's your job, mister? Me? I'm a police detective. And that seals Camilla's fate. So that's the Temsic meteorite, eh? It's beautiful looking at it from this angle. It changed all of our fates completely. Can't stop Temsic from falling from the sky, but we might be able to protect you from that fragment and save your life. I don't know. What's the matter, Detective Jowd? To be perfectly honest, I'm scared. If that meteorite fragment doesn't get him, I'm pretty sure I would have shot him. We might not be able to change your fate of dying. I can accept that. What I did is inexcusable. No matter how the future might change, that fact will never go away. If my fate is to die here, then I accept that. This will be our last battle against fate. Beyond that will be a new future. Okay, let's get started! So that means Missile won't get powers. I won't get powers. Am I the cat? Is that... Am I the cat? Right. I don't know what's going on right now. Right, so... Can't reach anything from here yet. Although we do have access to Missile. It's ready! Hold it! Like, I'm at the cat. Roasted sweet potato. Oh, it's a sweet potato in a fight. Alright. Turn up the headphones. What are you doing? You're gonna hurt Miss Liz's ears. I'm sorry, I wasn't thinking. You really startled her. You even made her drop her sweet potato. I know how much this girl loves her food too. Anyway, that actually gives me a bit of a thing here. At least her fate has changed, albeit ever so slightly. Okay, so can I get into the sweet potato now? Talk to, that's Missile. Missile's in there. Okay, where can he go? He can't go anywhere from here right now. Get him in the headphones. Because I need to take this way. Another sweet potato. I don't know why I'm going this way. Oh wait, I think I get it. I think I get it. I mistimed that. I need to take this sweet potato. I need to hit the nozzle. And then rock it straight up. Alright. We need to get this across this thing into the middle bit. Because that's my egg shape. See that right there? That I've got to take up there. And then swap, get Missile to swap one of these in order to block the meteorite. It goes through. I need to swap that with that. Alright, I get it. I get it. Yes. Alright. I can't reset. So if I swap the small one for the big, I was going to almost. If I swap the big one with the small one, that might work. I doubt we can move those two from that spot, which means we have to do something with the Temsic fragment instead. That should be easy with our powers. I think you're right, Miss R. This is going to be the grand finale. Guess I better rewind the clock again, see if I can pick up any other clues. After fate change. Alright. I think I get it. Okay. So I need to get you into here, then... Wrong button. No, I don't want to do that. Right, so I'm on Missile right now. So I need to... come in here. I need to rock this. And then turn this nozzle on. Which then raises that up. I'll hitch a ride on this so I can get to this nozzle. Like that. Oh, look at that. Sweet potato. That big scary sweet potato. That's not sweet potato Missile. That's Mino. Oh, alright, of course. But look at them. The potato and Mino. Right now, they both have the same shape. So you're saying you could swap them, huh? Good idea, Missile. Okay, here I go, and I'm going to need your help. My help? So get Missile into the sweet potato. And then swap that trick. Swap. Swap. Oh look, the lamppost is bending. But it hasn't broken yet. It really is a wonder it hasn't snapped. Just might hold out for a little while longer. If I recall, the Temsic fragment smashed through the glass lantern on its way down. But if Mino sits firmly in its way, then fate should change. Yes. Are we actually just waiting? Are we literally just waiting right now? Are we waiting? Have we done this? Have we won? Fragment. Deflects. There, how's that? Look, the fragment's course. It changed a little. Now your meal's fate should really change. Wait a minute. Take another look at the fragment's trajectory. Now that it's changed, what's in its path? In its path? No. Into Jowd. Into his knee. Detective Jowd. The Tempsic fragment shot through his leg. What? But the cruel twists of fate weren't over yet. Come on, put it down. Huh? Jowd, put the gun down now. If you don't, you're gonna shoot him. I don't know if this is detective training or what, but even though he's shaking from the pain, the gun doesn't waver. Put the gun down! No. I knew it. This is my true fate. In the end, I stole his life away with my own hands. I won't let that happen. Miss Hal, the bullet stopped mid-air. I'm here inside the bullet. Now let's swap it with something. What? With what? Detective Jowd, the meteorite fragment is what made you pull the trigger. We won't let you become a murderer. We have to prove that murder isn't the detective's true fate. And to do that, we have to stop this bullet. There must be something with the same shape as the bullet around here. I don't know what that is. Roasted sweet potato. Oh, it's spiky. Oh no, we stopped the bullet. We still couldn't save him. That's not true. My fate of getting pierced through the back might not have changed, but I'm still alive. What? I'm not dead, I'm just unconscious. Okay, so your fate of death has changed, but still, this fate is just too painful to watch in every sense. I don't think so. As long as I'm alive, that's good enough for me. But we're overlooking one thing. The wheel of fate was still slowly turning. Oh my lord. We have a bit of a problem. Wake up! You gotta get out of there. Damn it, my leg won't work. It's all over. We're out of time. Miss Lane! It's not over yet. But there isn't anything else to swap it with. Why don't we just let it play out and then try and find another way next time? Even if she dies, all you have to do is possess her corpse. And then you can redo her last 4 minutes as many times as it takes. No, I won't do that. Why not? Sure, the fact of her death will be erased, but her memory of it would remain like a scar on her psyche. And for a child, that's pretty heavy. Won't let that happen. Not if I can help it. But what can we do now? Even if we work together. I think there might be something that can be done. What is it? What can Cicely and I do? Don't forget, I'm here too. With 3 kinds of powers among us, we ought to be able to finish this battle. This battle against the fate of death. Yumiel. Cecil, your power is manipulating objects. Use your power to manipulate this. Huh? I don't get it. Just trust me. Let's go. Alright, I'll try to move there. Now, gather your strength and make the spray as if your life depended on it. I'm dead though. In that case, make it spray as if your death depended on it. Give it your all. And remember, you only have a split second. Got it. Oh my lord. Now it's your turn, Missile. What? Me? What can I do? I'm so glad he's telling me what to do. I'm so glad. I would never have guessed this. It would have taken me ages. I think you know the answer to that. Okay, I got it. You can swap them. That hunk of concrete will go back to its original position. But even if I swap them, it'll still be right above Miss Lynn. Don't worry. Okay, I'll do it. I'll swap them. Swap. It's no use. We can't stop that horrible Mino. What can we do now? I don't see how gaining a second or two helped. Oh, it helped alright. Those few seconds were exactly what I wanted. Last up, it's my turn. Your turn? I don't know what his power is. You know what my power is, right? I genuinely don't. I can manipulate living creatures. Wait a minute. You mean... That's right. I'm going to save that little girl. Save her by manipulating my own unconscious body. Throw. Catch, please, Drought. Alright, that kind of worked. Ye gods! All he wanted was a good death. And we won. I think we won. I think we might have won. Ah, you're awake. So Jowd now has a Temsic fragment. Does that mean he's immortal now? Hey mister, is your knee okay? Huh? Oh, it'll be fine. It's just a scrape. I'm lucky it wasn't a fatal hit, but the main thing is that you're not hurt. Yeah, you saved me, mister. I was just doing my job. The gods, they're the ones who saved you. What's your job, mister? Me? I'm a police detective. Do you think you could go call the police for me? I think you could do it quicker than I could. But... What's that? This is a detective's badge. We give them to children who've been very brave. A detective's badge? That's kind of sweet. That's kind of sweet. I'm feeling things. I'm feeling things, game. Damn you for making me feel things. Okay, you know what to do, little detective. Are you alive? Yeah, sadly. Hang on, help is coming. What made you do such a reckless thing? To be perfectly honest, I don't really know. When I came to, my body was already moving all by itself. It was as if somebody else was controlling me. I see. But, you know, I'm glad it happened. Cat? Am I the cat? Hey, mister. I found this kitten. It was over there. Come to think of it, I just saw it a few minutes ago. It's probably a stray. It's kind of limp. Is it okay? I don't know. I think it's unconscious. That's funny. It doesn't look like it's injured or anything. Poor little kitty. How about if I take it to my house and look after it? Would you like to come home with me, little kitten? Well, looks like his fate just changed in a big way. Whose fate? That kitten's, of course. Sissel's. Sissel? I've been a cat the whole time. Name Sissel echoes in my head. That's my real name. The whole time?
The whole time, the whole time you would... The whole time!
These long and lonely 10 years, you were my one and only friend. How about it? Do you remember now? Yorme and Sissel. The cat. The cat. Old friend? You know, I kind of dig him as a cat. Not gonna lie, it's kind of cool. I think I finally remember. 10 years ago, I was a little kitten that wandered into this park. I was weak and all alone in the world. Hold it! Somebody please look at me. Huh? Oh, a kitten. Shoo, you might get hurt. Somebody please reach a hand out to me. I'd only just died at the time. I'd lost everything, my life, my memory. My body wouldn't move anymore, but I still managed to reach out a hand to him. The next thing I knew, my soul had transferred to the black kitten. With no recollection of who I was, I lived as a cat with you for a while. Okay. After a while, the man regained his memory. I went back to being just a cat, and then the man got his body back. I've just seen that cat before, like another other part of the game. I took my body back from the morgue. There was somebody I just had to go see, just one more time. I took control of my body and hurried to her house. But it was just a little too late. I just missed her as she left this world. She left me a note saying that I'm coming to you, your meal. The man named me Sissel. It was the name of something important he had lost, along with his life. His fiancée. He told me about it once, but I didn't understand what it was. Those 10 years were very happy for me, but they weren't happy for the man, and there was nothing I could do for him. The cat was in at the beginning of the game. The cat was in that box, because I remember him dropping it, and the cat running out. For 10 years I wandered through the darkness with no particular place to go. As time passed, my powers gradually changed. At first I could only manipulate small creatures and objects, but then after a while I could manipulate people. That's when the darkness inside me deepened, and I started to get a little twisted. As it does. I wanted light. Distorted artificial light. Which set off this whole chain of events. And we're back at the beginning of the game. That's cool. When I got my revenge on Lynn, I would see that light, or at least that's what I tried to believe. Missed, and then the hit. I left my old self buried in that junkyard and walked away. There he is. There's me. I'm a damn cat. That's kind of good. It is kind of cool. The black cat. I was possessing Sissel then. It wouldn't look very much like a murder if the corpse got up and walked away after all. Oh wait, it's him. Okay. So you borrowed the body of your old friend. Sissel was inside that bag I was carrying tonight. I had no intention of leaving my friend behind in this country when I left. But then, when I went to possess his body, I realised something horrible. What was that? Sissel there inside the bag was dead. What? That first shot. The one that she missed obviously didn't miss, it hit Sissel in the bag. Okay. I wasn't able to control her completely. So she aimed, she misfired. The first bullet didn't hit anything, or so I thought. But it did hit something, didn't it? It hit Sissel inside that bag. Yes, that's when I lost my life, right there in the presence of Temsic radiation. Alright, so that's how we got our powers. And that's when I got my powers of the dead, my ghost tricks. I think I understand it now. Why I was the only one who couldn't get his memory back. It was because I thought that corpse was me. It was the only corpse I could see at the time, after all. But as it turns out, it wasn't the only dead body. My true death was hiding just behind that corpse. Alright, that kind of makes sense. Alright. I like him as a cat. I do like him as a cat. He looks very cool and very stylish with that bandana. Or neckerchief, whatever you want to call it. Now that I think about it, do you remember what you said? That you knew all along me saving Lynn tonight? If you knew, why didn't you try to stop me? It's simple. Because I couldn't even if I wanted to. Huh? Why not? Remember the thing about individual differences in the powers we get? I can control all kinds of things from the living to the dead, but even so, there are some things that you can do that I can't. You mean I can't even rewind time, let alone change the fate of a death. If I could do those things, I would have saved your life. That's kind of sweet. Not only that, but I never would have just let my fiancée stay dead like that. But you're here 10 years in the past now. That's thanks to your powers. I just tagged along with you. So who was in the lamp at the very start of the game? In any case, now the starting point of this entire tragedy has changed dramatically, altering fate. The fate of your death, the kitten Sissel's fate, and I can just bet... Never mind. Sorry, I misread that. That threw us off, that pause in the middle. And I can just bet you the fate of the woman you love has changed too. Yes, I believe you're right. So, this was the last fate to be averted, eh? Head back forwards in time. So, Yomiel, it looks like your plan for revenge ended in failure. Yes, and I'm glad too. Alright. I think I kind of understand now what you've been feeling these 10 years. She understood. She shed tears for me. That's when my revenge was over. She saved me from the darkness, as Lynn was likely to do. Well, I guess it's time we got back. A new 10 years later was just born. Right, we should get back to our new present. I can't wait to see Miss Lynn and Miss Camilla again. These past 10 years will now all vanish. Well, not completely. The memories of all of us here will remain, including the memory of what I did, my crime. That's the way this game of the dead works, eh? And no matter what the reason, there's no denying the fact that I took Lynn hostage and tried to point a gun at her. I have no intention of running away from that either. The most inexcusable crime in my new life. Hey, Cecil. Yes? When we go back, our fates will no longer be interconnected. It will be like we never met. So before that happens, I just wanted to say one thing. Tonight I stole away your life with my own hands. I'm truly sorry. That's already a thing of the past. That's already a thing of the lost past. Our fates have changed now, right, Yamil? Thank you, Cecil. I'm so very glad I met you. Me too, Yamil. Cecil, are we ever going to see each other again? I couldn't stand it if we weren't. Don't worry, Miss Al. I bet we'll see each other again someday. 10 years from now, I'll pass a shirt across. We'll just have to wait until then. Cecil, I'll never forget you. I'll never forget you either, valiant little doggy. Well, it looks like you've come to live with me now. So let's be getting home, little black cat. Home, huh? That sounds good, Detective Jowd. We all witnessed the birth of a new beginning, and now we're each going back to our own new present. That was a bit of a strange ending, but I kind of dig it. Not where it was, always like a good unexpected twist. We said goodbye to the parts of our stories that will be lost, believing in that someday our paths would all cross again. Wait! Before you go back to a new present, I wanted to thank you. Lamp? Before I cease to exist. Oh, it's you. Yes, it is I, Ray, in case you've forgotten again. Thanks to you, everything has turned out as I had hoped. I'm really grateful to you, Cecil. Thank you. So who are you? But don't forget, I was only on a journey to find my own lost memory. Yes, I know that. I know all about you. Can I ask you a question, Ray? I want to know, who exactly are you? Fair enough. I will tell you. Let me tell you about another version of tonight's events. Oh really, another version? Are we going Clue mode here? You changed the fates of many people tonight, the first of which was hers. That was spectacular. That was a spectacular... I loved that. Every second of that one. If you'd not been there for her tonight, her fate would have been to die in that lonely spot on the outskirts of town. If that had occurred, what did you suppose would have happened? Let me tell you a story. Story of a little creature. Little creature? After they stole her life that night, they broke into her apartment. Okay, so Who's this person? I still don't know this person. They stole the wooden box from the ceiling hiding place and left. And in the process, Missile and Camilla were both deleted. The two little dead bodies were left behind. However, the little fellow's spirit lived on. He desperately reached out his paw toward his mistress. That's when a miracle occurred. What? Look at that, the powers of the dead, but how? He didn't really understand it himself, not quite yet anyway. But with all you know now, I bet you understand it, do you not? Hey, wait a minute. Alright, so that missile died next to Yomiel, which then gave him powers. He then inside the aura of that strange energy. So who's Ray? Is Ray missile from a different timeline? Never mind. We're just gonna go for it. But unfortunately, with his meager powers, he was unable to save his little mistress. There just wasn't anything he could do with only the power to swap objects. He needed the power to manipulate objects in order to save the little lady. The little fellow chased after the men, but there still wasn't anything he could do. In the end, he was left behind with the man in red in the deep, deep sea. And then he went back. He went back to the world of 10 years before, to the moment of the man in red's death. What? It's Ray, missile. He decided to wait it out. He decided to wait until that night came again. So basically he waited a whole load of time and his powers developed enough to go back in time, correct? And that's the other version of this story this night. A story that has taken these 10 years to be retold. So that was you, huh? Little Miss Sunshine? Aww! That's right! I'm Missile. 10 years is a very long time in dog years. You couldn't change the fates of these people on your own. So you decided to wait those 10 years out. Exactly, and then, at last, that fateful night rolled around again. That's like a origin, that's a villain origin story right that. Waiting, going crazy, waiting 10 years. Going back in time and waiting 10 years for an incident to happen so that you can change fate. Damn, that's a long waiting time. By this time I had grown old and my powers were weak. So I decided I needed to find somebody to help me this time round. Somebody who possessed different powers than me. But wait a second. You were able to manipulate that desk lamp. Over the course of the long years, my powers had changed. My ability to swap objects weakened, but I became able to manipulate small objects. But in that case, why didn't you cooperate with yourself? Because I couldn't. Huh? From watching the man in red, I found out there were individual differences in our powers. I couldn't do any of the things he could do, like travel through the telephone lines, for example. What? It may not seem like much, but it's a very important power, especially if you're trying to chase somebody. But there's something I don't understand. You knew from the very beginning that I had that power. How did you know so much about me? Why wouldn't I? After all, we had met before on that night the first time around. You what? We met before? From listening to the conversation of the two intruders to the apartment, I learned that Miss Lynn had lost her life at that junkyard on the edge of town. I followed the ghost world past to the junkyard and came upon an incredible scene. You know, for a second there, I thought that was Phoenix Wright. Imagine, if you will, there in the darkness, a twisting and swiveling desk lamp. It made my first stand on end, I can tell you. That was me? So I was shot on that night the first time around as well. And I was manipulating that lamp. You had lost your memory that time too. You just died and you felt confused. You declined to cooperate with me. I did what? I just want to find my own lost memory. I'm sorry, but I can't help you. That's what you said. And then off he went. And then you disappeared. Away over the telephone line. I'm really sorry I didn't help you. That's why I decided that this time I would use that desire of yours to our mutual advantage. Mutual advantage? The only thing you were interested in was finding your own lost memory. If I could guide you along the right path to doing that, we would both benefit. And namely, the right path would be the path to the man in red, to Yomiel. What? I gave you the information you needed to know to set you in the right direction. You manipulated me. And then I gave you a time limit. A time limit? That's right. As you know, I said you only had until tomorrow morning. If I hadn't done that, you wouldn't have found out the truth tonight. And then the man in red would have been sealed away at the bottom of the sea forever. If that had happened, it would have been all over. Then you mean that thing about ceasing to exist? Or that, completely made up. A little naughty of me, I know. But I just wanted you to use your time wisely. Oh boy. I hate to admit it, but this little doggy really outsmarted me in every single way. Let's just call it the wisdom that comes with age. And now it's time to say farewell. These past 10 years will cease to exist, and I with them. With them, so will I, sorry. Miss Al, I believed in you. I always knew you could do it. And so you did. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Miss Al. So you waited and waited these 10 long years. And you didn't become a villain. Although you did tell a little white lie. All for the sake of your two ladies, Lynn and Camilla, eh? Of course. Because that's what doggies do. Now then, farewell, Cecil. And so the story of a single night came to an end. Nobody but us knew what had really happened that night. I made my way back to a new present. We're in the darkness? Huh, how come it's dark? I'll just turn on the lights here. Party time? Please say it's not a murder. Don't turn. Oh, we're alright. I think we're alright. Surprise! I guess feeling that's how it's supposed to work. Were you surprised? You bet I was. You nearly scared me to death. Cecil. I like Cecil. Yippee! It worked! It was not even my birthday today. It was my mum's birthday the day before yesterday. I made the surprise for her, but it came out so well I wanted to use it again. That's alright, Lynn. After all, we're celebrating the birth of your new position as detective, right? Really? Thank you, Detective Jowd. Dad, you're home. Hi, Camilla. Let me introduce you. This is Lynn. She was just assigned to the detective division today. Hi, Camilla. It's nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too, Lynn. Congratulations on becoming a detective. Ah. Something wrong. You have one of those badges too. Oh, this? Yeah. I have one just like it. My dad just gave it to me the other day. But yours looks a lot older than mine though. Huh. How long are you going to keep wearing that toy badge, Lynn? Forever. What's wrong with it? To me, this is a symbol of a real detective. It's been 10 years since then, hasn't it? Who would have guessed you'd actually become a detective one day? When you gave me this badge, I just knew. I knew it was my destiny somehow. Destiny, eh? And now that I'm a detective, I'll find out where that destiny will lead me. Ha! That you will, that you will. Oh, hello. Don't tell me you're that same little kitten. That's right, the very one. You know what? This is a very special cat. He's 10 years old, but he's still a kitten. Still a kitten? Yep, he never got any bigger or anything. Wow, what a mysterious little fellow. I know, right? His name's Sissel. Sissel. Seems to me I've heard that name somewhere before. I think Sissel likes you, Lynn. Alright everyone, let's start. Let's start the celebration. Okay, Mom. It's nice to see you, Mother, as well. I really did change a whole load of fates. I bet you're just like me. Your destiny led you here somehow too. Damn right it did. Can't believe I'm a cat. Can't believe that. That's a canny twist. I missed that last line there, sorry. From just that single night as a human, I got a glimpse into their world, and I learned something. Their fates, their lives, they were all interconnected. Somewhere, somehow, in some way. And now, this is my new fate. Okay, so he has a fragment in him. That's why he's a cat. That's why he's like hasn't aged since being a kitten. I guess I really am a cat. It suits me fine. And it looks like... Sorry, I've missed that. I think it's I'm not clicking it. I'll have plenty to watch here for quite a while. Alright. Damn. Alright, that was a twist. No. Oh, hello. Credit paths. So guys. That has been Ghost Trick Phantom Detective. I thoroughly enjoyed that. Like, some of the puzzles were quite tricky and took a while to get my head around and try and work out what to do. Lots of trial and error. But overall, they weren't too hard to where they were like super obscure. They felt fairly natural. Kind of, you messed around a little bit and then you worked out the order of stuff to do things in. It was very cool. Storyline wise, I don't quite understand everything. I still have a couple of questions, but overall I think I enjoyed the story. I enjoyed the general story as well. The voiceovers were very questionable, but that's very much a me thing because obviously I was doing the voices, so I always find my voiceovers very questionable. It's just the way it is. That's a donut. Never mind. Right, so I'm going to let these credits play out and we'll see if there's anything at the end of the credits, and I shall see you in Big Me form in a second. Oh, okay. So Nothing at the end of the credits. Alright. We're going to deal with that. Let's go Big Me. Hi. So yeah, like I said before, I thoroughly enjoyed playing this game. The puzzles were just the right level of difficulty level. The story kept us kind of engaged because I didn't know what was going on. I was trying to work it out. It was a kind of good thing. The twist at the end, I didn't really see coming. As soon as I saw the cat, the kitten, that sparked a memory from the beginning of the game where the cat was, and I remember there being a cat there, but I didn't know I didn't realize the cat was me. I had a suspicion though, as you probably realized when I said, I'm not the cat. Have I been the cat this whole time? But overall, thoroughly enjoyed it. I have no idea if they ever made a sequel to this. There was a potential for one, with Cecil the cat still having his powers, like still having the fragment, like the aura. I know Missile doesn't have his, and I know Yome doesn't have his, but Cecil seems to still have his. So they could make a sequel. I don't know if they ever did. I might actually have a look at that, see if they actually made one. No, I don't even know whether I could play it. Anyway, that's beside the point. So, this being the end of the series, I have no idea what's coming next. I kind of have a few thoughts. Basically, October's coming up, Halloween season, basically spooky season. So I don't know whether I'm going to do like a series of one-off episodes on a Sunday of like horror games, or whether I'm going to do like a horror series, like an episode that runs, like a short game that runs throughout the entire season. I haven't really decided yet. You'll know next Sunday what I'm doing, basically. When I decide, I'll let you know. So guys, thank you for watching this series. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, let me know in the comment section below. If you're new here, thank you for checking me out. Feel free to come hang out, come check out some other stuff that we'll have going on. We would love to have you here. If you're not new here, welcome back. Thank you again for all the support. It is much appreciated. Everything you do for me helps me out to no end, and I'm forever grateful. Thank you all for hanging out with me today. I love you all from the bottom of my heart, and you all know what's coming. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, and all that jazz. And as always, just see you on the flip side. Bye bye.